Just outside of the nation's capital in nearby Landover, Maryland. Welcome in. We're getting a look at the enormous Northwest Stadium. Weather's starting to get a bit colder, but playoff hopes burning bright as ever for most of our teams as we get underway here in Week 12. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. So their offense out now to get this game started. It's 1st and 10. Daniel's going to throw to get us started. Quick slant caught by Neighbors. This is ahead for about 5. Jack Jones making that tackle.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Let's go now. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's Travis Etienne on the ground. It looks like we can call it about 4 yards in the end. Tracked down by Robert Spillane.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Third down, 1 yard to go.
70 Lion. Come 19. Come 19. Hut, hut.
Back to throw. Here's Daniels. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
Go!
First down, ball at the 36.
60 Bison, 60 by check, hurt, hurt. Ready.
They go right back to Etienne. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Daniels on first down. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Demario Douglas, the intended target. So it's 2nd down coming up.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call.
19 Tiger, 19, Tiger. Go.
From the gun, ETN gets it. And they make the stop. We're going to say it about the 37-yard line. That's 16 on the pickup. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Ready.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. First and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Finds a man. Deontay Johnson has it. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. Brought down by Christian Wilkins.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. From the 32. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
Third and short, Daniels. He'll make a bid for it on the ground. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Motion man sent left. On 1st down, here's Daniels. Connects with Johnson. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
Now toss it to ETN. And he gets them a little closer to the end zone, down to the 6. Only a yard on the pickup. That leaves him with 3rd and goal at the 6.
Well, you're getting a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical 3rd down call.
Viking 18. Ready.
Daniels, 3rd and goal. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Talk about coming up clutch with that contact on 3rd and goal, partner. And now a decision for this offense to make on 4th down.
We know how hard it can be defensively in these goal-to-go situations. We know that you have got to be on point, every attention to detail. That's a job well done by that defense. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
Finds some space. He's past the 30. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped.
Okay, ready.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Ready.
Tight end in motion left. Here's the first carry for Christian McCaffrey. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
At the 60. At the 60. Go.
On 2nd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain. He got 5, and now it's going to be 3rd down and 3.
You gain that kind of yardage in the run game, and you're going to gain the trust of your offensive coordinator. Plays like that, runs like that, set the table for everything else in the playbook.
3rd and short. Here's Purdy. Completed here to McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down a step or 2 shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's a Vegas 1st down. They motion the tight end over. On the counter, McCaffrey. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Play action now with Purdy. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That was B.J. Ojulari on the stop.
When there's heat, that blitz coming off the snap, that QB's eyes, you could see it right away. He got to his check down in a hurry. But, Kate, here's the key. Quarterback and running back have to be on the same page. The two were right there, and it netted some positive yards.
That's caught. It's the Clemson rookie. And that will not be enough for a first down.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
They'll run for this. And he's brought down for a loss. And they get to him just in time. That's a tackle for the stand and a turnover on downs.
Yeah, I don't care that they didn't get it. Still the right call in that situation. It's a little too long for a field goal, and a punt really nets you very few yards. The decision-making was sound. It was the execution that let them down.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. Juke the defender. He's got room to roam here. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That's the end of our first quarter. 3 more to go still on Monday night. Just a field goal separates these two. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They've got 1st and 10 here, looking to add to their lead. ETN again. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And now the Raiders call for the first of their timeouts. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short.
Set. Cougar 19. Go.
Out of the gun, Daniels. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
You know, those big guys are taught if you can't get to the quarterback, the next best thing is to get your big paw in the air and knock that ball away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here.
Ready.
From the gun, it's Daniels. Cut near the goal line. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On third down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on first and goal. Quick throw left side, complete. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Hey, check that, street.
ETN. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders make it a 9-point advantage. Travis Etienne, the touchdown. Extra point converted by Gay. And the Commanders make it a 10-point ball game. The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. Left side pulled in by Pittman. We'll have him gain about a handful there. Brought to the ground by Kaiser White. Back to the line they go. It's second down. From the 31. Finds his man Rice. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. They get 6 and a first down as well. Markers reset, ball at the 37. They'll motion a tight end left. On first and 10, it's McCaffrey. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Emmanuel Forbes in on the tackle. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Hauled in by Rice. And he gets him around 6 there. It was Mike Sanders still on that stop.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
He gets it out left, and it's caught. And he's able to cross midfield before going out. That one ends up a gain of 6. And that's good for a Raiders first. Now a give, it's McCaffrey headed right. Has a lane inside the 35. And they'll finally bring him down at the 22. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone on the perimeter blocking to get a big run like that.
And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Perception and reality, Kate. The perception out there from the public is edge rushers are defined by their sacks. The reality in the locker room and in the huddle is you can be defined by your relentlessness. And his motor never stopped. Helped him track it down for a loss on the outside.
And able to get this down to the 15 before going out.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm. But these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Purdy. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete. So now on 4th down, the Raiders elected to send Daniel Carlson out for the field goal. This 32 yards out on the right hash. Celebrating a decade in the NFL, he sends it through. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
That's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. They're out and set. 1st and 10. And they send a man in motion. Here's Etienne on 1st down. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Oh, that vision he has when he gets into space, like a chess master. Seeing multiple moves ahead of time. He knows who's going to attack and in what angles, and he maneuvers his way through before someone can finally get to him.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Shotgun snap to Daniels. Escapes the pocket. An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away, and that makes it 2nd down.
Not an open passing lane to be found anywhere. He took what he thought was the best one available, and they still managed to tip the ball away.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Go!
Here's Daniels. He finds Neighbors right side. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7.
Track 60. Go.
Daniels now. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. So on 4th down, outruns J.K. Scott to send it skyward. And we'll see what kind of first impression he makes tonight. Nice punt here, up and angled towards the sideline. Now this one, not much of a chance of it staying in the field of play. They'll mark it out at the 13-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with McCaffrey. And he's brought down across the 15 to about the 16-yard line. 3 yards on the 1st down play, and that brings up 2nd and 7.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
2nd down now, 7 to go. They stick with McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5. From the gun is Purdy. He's on the move. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Woo! I am not sure we didn't see a safety right there. Oh, my gosh. I don't think I'm the only one nervous in the building because that QB kept going back and back and was heading right for disaster, but saved himself just a couple yards short.
That punt goes unanswered. No return there. And the Commanders' offense will take over inside of enemy territory. Football on that 47-yard line. First down. To throw, Daniels. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Daniels from the pistol. On the move, headed right. He's keeping it. He gets forward next about 4 yards. Brought down by Christian Wilkins. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. The Raiders bringing out a couple extra defensive backs for third down. They're in the dime.
Here we go. 18, Pioneer. Ready.
Now Daniels to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Still time for a couple of plays, though. 15 seconds left.
I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
So they send him out for a field goal, and they don't get much longer than this. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And it stays a one-possession game at 7 points.
You know, we get on that field in pregame, and these kickers make it look so easy. But in real action, it's a totally different animal. That was definitely online. Just didn't quite get all of it. It's going to wind up just a few feet short.
First down throw by Purdy. And that is incomplete. 8 seconds left now. No luck finding his receiver that time. So it'll be second down. Now Purdy. He fires one deep down the right sideline. He's got it deep downfield. And in for the touchdown. Now, I know that's one of his favorite routes to run, Brock, but that has got to be one of a quarterback's favorite throws to make as well, right? Drop it in over the defender and take the lid off the D for 6.
Because it is so simple. It's something that these two have done and thrown together for years and years. Maybe not to each other, but since Pop Warner. They've been running the go route. Just run right by him, and if you're even, you're leaving, and I'm going to drop it right over the top.
That one right down the middle. And the Raiders tie things 10-10. Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. That's going to be taken in at the 8. He's hauled down on what is the final play of our first half. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Heward with you as we're about set to begin the third quarter. Well, we're set up for an incredible second half, all tied as we kick it away here in quarter number 3. This return starts at the 5. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. On the ground to begin the drive with McCaffrey. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. It's a solid 70-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
This dude was just not going to be stopped. Not by the first defender. Heck, not even by the second one who was able to bring him down. No, it took a few shots before this crew could finally get this piece down.
And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense.
Big man up front said, not in my house. Let me tell you, Kate, once you're in the grasp of one of those big old fellas on the D-line, you're done. They would say it on the East Coast like this, it's over. Over.
McCaffrey on 3rd down. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away. The Raiders bringing out the punting unit. And this is the 2nd time he's been brought on to kick it. Signals for the fair catch, and he's got it at the 27. No return on that punt. And the Commanders will go on offense. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70. Shut up. Shut up.
Counter give to Etienne. Jukes out a 1-stop. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's a 23-yard pickup on the play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Kate, you know by now I'm not shy about referencing movies during a game, and that run, that was a picture-perfect script. You get the defense thinking one thing, looking one way, then bam! You surprise them with a twist, and head the other way for a big run.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Brought down by Rasul Douglas. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
I don't mind that call on the early downs. Give that defense something to think about. You got the inside run between the tackles, and whether it's jet sweeps or a little swing pass, or in that case a toss, make sure you threaten to the outside.
Neighbors with a catch. And this one's worked down to the 33 before being stopped. Give him 15 yards on the pickup there. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
70 Lions.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. Getting out to his left. Now here he goes. They get an even 10 on that play. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
That is so demoralizing for a defense. You lock things down in coverage. You do everything right on the back end, only to see the quarterback escape, evade the pressure, and get that 1st down anyway. Ugh.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, I'll never forget walking into the Hall of Famer Dwight Freeney's meeting room with those defensive linemen. The late, great John Tierlink, his coach, he had a little sign up in his office, and it was sacks, and that money sign was the S, because ends and D linemen make their money with sacks. But you win games when they stop the run like that for a tackle for loss.
This is complete to Neighbors. And they get this down to the 7-yard line. Give them about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. They'll run ETN. And he's brought down for a loss.
You know, that's so hard for me, Kate. That's the type of effort that deserves better when it comes to the results. It's going to show up as a negative run on the stat sheet, but that was not the runner's fault. He did all he could to fight to get back to the line, but this defense just kept swarming.
Into the hands of Neighbors. Touchdown, Washington! Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, Kate. It kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now it's Purdy. Got a man. McCaffrey has it. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's a Vegas 1st down. Back to throw. Here's Purdy. Completes this one to Rice. And they're going to hull him down just shy of the 40. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down. Shotgun, handoff to McCaffrey. And they bring him down, but there's a flag on the field. But, partner, they say there's holding on every play. You just got to look for it, right? That time, though, we did not have to look too hard. And holding penalty is going to make 1st down twice as tough. They're 20 from the marker to start things out. Purdy setting up that play action. That's McCaffrey working the sideline. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Well, that one came with a high degree of difficulty. Had to balance focusing on the catch, keeping those feet in bounds.
All right, here we go. 2nd down. Handoff headed left to McCaffrey. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39.
Well, that doesn't net a 1st down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Purdy throwing here. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Raiders 1st.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
A give left side to McCaffrey. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. 1st down play nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. Only 1 quarter remains. halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. They motion the slot man right. Here's 2nd and 5. This ball's caught by McCaffrey. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger.
They'll run here. It's McCaffrey. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Here's 2nd and goal from the 6. Working out of the gun, it's Purdy. And he will score. Touchdown, Las Vegas. The Raiders now trailed by just a point in the 4th. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a 1-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
So a chance to tie it up again here in the 4th. His kick is good, for the moment at least, as we've got a flag down on the field. I think they're going to get him for hitting the kicker. Offense liked how that play went, so they choose to decline the penalty. The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Fielded at the 7. And this drive will start inside the 25. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Let's go. Hey, smash Bronco. Hurt. Right there, hurt.
From the gun, ETN gets it. And this one gets to the 33-yard line before it's stopped. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great blocking to spring them. Guys hitting blocks downfield, and a back who can show off his wheels.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down.
Go, Chap.
They go right back to ETN. And this one doesn't go far. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
8 yards to go. Well, let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Receiver in motion, headed right. On 2nd down, it's ETN. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
So now here's 3rd and 5. From the gun, it's Daniels. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up. The Commanders ready for the punt. And he'll try to have his 2nd punt top his 1st one. And this will force them to start inside the 20. That punt heads out at about the 15-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Now they'll throw out of the gun. Hits his running back. And he'll take it up to the 30 before being brought down. The end result there, 15 yards and a 1st.
Something out of nothing, Kate, that may as well be listed on his resume because he's so good at it. Caught that one near the line, and after that, it was all him. Turning a modest pass into far more than a modest gain.
From the gun, McCaffrey. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
Second down now, 7 to go. Man in motion here. From the 33 on second down. Pittman's got it. And he's brought down after a short gain. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Shotgun snap for Purdy. That's caught for the first. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. A 9-yard gain and good for a first down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Going with McCaffrey on the ground. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that's a Vegas first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
First down, and they go right back to him. And he's able to drive this to the 29 before the stop. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Raiders first.
He easily had the yardage for a first, but he was hungry for a lot more. I think that tackle prevented something that was going to be a lot bigger than just a first down pickup.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Going run again with McCaffrey. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right up the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. They send the tight end in motion. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. Second down now, 7 to go. They've got a man in motion. On second down, here's McCaffrey. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. The Commanders take a timeout. They're first. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter. Third and 4 coming up now. He'll throw it. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Targets have far less room to work in this red zone, Brock. But down this close as a former quarterback, I'm just going to assume you got to feel like he should have been able to hold on through whatever.
Yeah, and every once in a while you get in that huddle and you remind him, now listen, guys, it's going to be contested. We know it's a physical game, all 100 yards up and into the red zone and end zone. But when you get down here, you've got to come up with contested catches, and he couldn't. That field goal gives them the lead for the moment, Kate, but you don't feel comfortable when you look up at that scoreboard. This one isn't over, and that lead certainly isn't safe.
The Raiders kicking team is out there, and they'll boot this away. Here's a return from the 7. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
70 Timberwolf, ready? Viking 18. Hurt.
Here's ETN to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Pickup of 8 on the run, and that sets up 2nd and 2.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15-plus at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. ETN again. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
And it's a nickel look by the Raiders. 3rd down coming up. Inside handoff goes to ETN. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Timeout taken by the offense, their 2nd. And they can take a moment to try to build more momentum after getting the 1st. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. They'll give this up the middle to ETN. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss. He'll look to throw it. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Come on, set.
Here he is to throw. Sideline, he's got it, and he gets the feet down too. How about that play, Brock? On 3rd and 14, they find a way to convert.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
To the line for a new set of downs, only a lone timeout at their disposal.
Here we go. Buffalo 18.
Back to throw. Connection made. Travis Etienne. They strike for 23 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
You just got to love that angle route. It's been around a long time, but think about it defensively, Kate. How many times do you see the backs out of the backfield or just run to the flat? The great running backs know how to plant their foot, sell that flat route, break it off to an angle, and break off a first down.
Mustang 19. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. Ready?
Setting up to pass. That one's incomplete in the end zone. Took his shot at 6 that time. And that'll bring up second down.
Quarterbacks, well, they're a lot like sharpshooters in the NBA. Sometimes they're just going to miss. You got to shake it off and keep on firing.
Here we go. Set. Cowboy 80. Get up.
Here he is to throw. He finds Johnson. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have first and goal to figure out.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Got that chip shot in their back pocket to tie it. A chance at the lead here first, though. First and goal.
18 Cardinal. 18 Cardinal. 70 range. 70 range. Hut, hut.
Daniels from the pistol. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Kyer Elam makes the play. He's at midfield. 30. Gets the 10. And this one may be out of reach now because the defense comes through with 6. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Brings in the kick at the 9. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Offense ready to begin this drive. First and 10.
Let's go now.
Daniels coming back after that pick. Escapes the pocket. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs.
Man, I don't ever want to be a defensive coordinator. They do so many things right to take away the pass, and then what happens? Well, you get a quarterback that lowers his head, gashes the defense with one of the biggest runs of the game. You take away the pass, but you can't stop the QB run.
On first down, here's Daniels. Incomplete pass, and we're down to 12 seconds remaining.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Shut up. 7 Pirates. 7 Pirates. Go.
On second and 10 now, Daniels. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
60 Eagle. 60 Eagle. Hawk 70. Hawk 70. 70 Lion. 19 Lion. 19 tight. 19 tight.
Game might not be over just yet, though, Brock. We got a flag out there, and that could mean an on-time down. Let's see. So it's a road win for the Raiders in this one. And this thing of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So for my partner Brock Heward and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott, saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. So long, everybody. The Raiders winners, as with that, we sign off from DC.